Hello, and thanks for having me. So, first of all, I think it's not related to the new government in Israel, because you could see the numbers of casualties rising up in the last year when we had a different government, which actually included leftist parties as well. Now, the reason there is such violence is the incitement you have on the Palestinian side, which they educate their kids to kill Jews. That's the point. You know, one of the events, Anand, that you mentioned, included a 13 years old boy using a pistol to kill Jews. It's really unbelievable event, and maybe some of you saw the videos. It's really unbelievable attack, and it's only one of many. Now, it's also very important to emphasize that most of the Palestinian casualties are not civilians. They are terrorists. It's people who took guns and intended to make attacks in the cities of Israel, to kill Israelis, with bombs, with guns, etc. So what is going on is that the IDF, the Israeli army, of course, has to defend Israelis. Unfortunately, we suffer from those attacks for many years. I'm talking with you from Jerusalem, when we suffer from such attacks, as we just had during last Saturday, and as was said in the entrance of a synagogue. During the International Holocaust Day, people were going out of the synagogue and they were murdered because they are Jews. And unfortunately, we can hear no condemnation by the Palestinian Authority.
Right.
We can hear no request from Abu Mazen, from the chairman of the Palestinian Authority, to stop those killings. Actually, we hear the otherwise, as we just heard from Mr. Arikat, that because of the occupation, it's justified to kill people.
Okay.
I think it's not the right way, and for sure, it's not the way to bring peace for the region and for the land of Israel.
All right, Saad Arikat, I'm going to give you a chance to respond to that. I'd be grateful if you could keep it brief, please. We heard there from Ariel Kahana tell us that Palestinian children are taught to kill Jews, that the Israelis are not going after Palestinian civilians, they're going after what he termed Palestinian terrorists.
Well, I mean, your guest is basically reciting the Israeli Hespara talking points, so there's nothing new in that. This is something that we have heard time and time again. I mean, you know, I don't want to compare, but I think if we look at how many Palestinian children were killed compared to how many Israeli children were killed, I think the figures are staggering. I mean, I don't want, each child is precious, be he Palestinian, Arab, Christian, or Jew. So each life is very precious. But the fact is that this man who is speaking from Jerusalem is probably a settler, I don't know, but he will defend settlement encroachment and settlement aggression. There was 150 settler attacks on the Palestinians since Friday. You know, he should check his figures. The Israeli army will probably give you the same figures. So to say that the violence is instigated and perpetuated day in and day out by the Israeli army. Nothing. I mean, this happens day in and day out.
All right.
We need to really, you know, the facts speak for themselves.